Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. We're starting our front page review today with The Nation, and you can't miss what Odiolowo Ojuwoye Local Council Development Area in Mushin has done as a child born in Mushin. So they are appreciating the local government chairman, that's the LCDA chairman of the Odiolowo Ojuwoye Local Council Development Area is thanking as they are commissioning several projects. They are commissioning the bus, the house, a few things. I'll take that later in the story. Well, and another news, Tinubu leads reign of tributes for Buhari at Special FEC session. University of Maiduguri renamed Muhammadu Buhari University. All right, we have other stories in the papers. What story do you have?
Okay, I thought someone had a, because my story is inside.
Yeah. Okay, you go ahead.
Okay, just go. So it's NEL Fund, the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, has announced plan to link up beneficiaries of the student loan to job opportunities. They said that they are developing a centralized job portal to give beneficiaries early access to employment opportunities in Nigeria and abroad. But they are not saying that this will guarantee you getting jobs, but it's just in their way of supporting, the students. They say that they are able to support you by paying fees, but they don't want to just stop there. They want to be able to, follow you until you are economically stable enough, to be able to pay back. As you know, when you get the loans, when you've used the loans and you have graduated and you get a job, 10% of whatever you earn goes towards the repayment of the loan. But when you lose your job, the repayment stops automatically and until you get a job. So this is their own way of making sure that they are supporting you through the process. And he also reiterated, as the MD of NEL Fund reiterated, why this initiative was started anyway, that there was just a very high number of Nigerian students dropping out of schools for financial reasons, that some people get all the way to 300 and 400 level and will drop out for financial reasons. And this initiative has helped a lot. But also, NEL Fund has been in the papers or in the news because there's been double charging. So some students could not wait for NEL Fund to pay. And the schools were insisting that their tuition should be paid, so the students went ahead to pay. But NEL Fund now paid after. Some schools have still not refunded the students. So NEL Fund only heard about it because the students started writing petitions and also on social media. And NEL Fund is asking that the schools should please do the right thing. That even if you cannot give it back to the students directly, send it to NEL Fund. NEL Fund will find ways to return it to the students. And
maybe NEL Fund should be issuing a certificate for anyone they've approved, even so that while you're waiting for the money to come to the school will have a certificate knowing that these students have gotten approved by NEL Fund. We're just waiting for the money instead of now the students will not be panicking.
Sure, there's documentation.
Okay, so I have the Defense Headquarters, DHQ, has dismissed the claim by the Turkish ambassador designate to Nigeria, Mehmet Poroy, of the presence of a new terrorist group that migrated from Turkey. The military high command said Nigeria is an independent nation capable of making its own decisions, particularly on security and counterterrorism matters, and not bound by foreign claims. Poroy had, during the Turkey's Democracy and National Unity Day, alleged that a group of terrorists were operating, they are called Fethullah terrorist organizations, that are operating in Nigeria under the guise of healthcare and educational institutions. And then he added that the presence of this would undermine our healthcare system and our educational system. Although responding to this yesterday in Abuja through the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Kangi, he said that anybody can say anything, that everybody has a right to spread or give out any information that they have. But then they're saying that this particular information does not hold water, that there's nothing like this, it's not been verified, it's not true. Yes, so that they should not come and give us extra one that we're already suffering in Nigeria.
Awesome. All right.
Okay, so I have the story of, they said, the president said, "May Gaskia, your duty is done." And he went ahead to say, "Today, we gather under a heavy shadow drawn from the silence that surrounds a departed leader and the immense weight of a life whose absence will be felt for generations." He said, "We meet to honor a man whose presence once commanded this very room, whose voice once summoned the best in us, whose convictions never bowed, even to the strongest winds of public opinion. President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, former head of state and former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He said, steady in posture and spirit, dignified in bearing.
Wow.
He said, and to those whom he loved most intimately, he was unfailingly tender, loyal, and good. His life was a rebuke to vice and refuge for virtue. The purity of his private character gave radiance to the indiscipline and integrity of his public service. So he said that when his tenure ended, he returned to Dara, not to command from the shadows or to the whole court, but to live as he always had, never seeking to impose his will or content to let others carry the nation forward.
Fantastic. Tributes, more tributes, well deserved. All right, Mr. Diaba story in Nation. Let me take the fact that the Honorable Razaq Olushola Ajala, who is the executive chairman of the Odiolowo Ojuwoye LCDA, is inaugurating the Bola Ahmed Tinubu Legacy Building, the Jide Sanwo-Olu Football Arena, 6 solar-powered cubicles for charging phones and laptops, etc. within the area, a 9.6-kilometer road, several roads culminating into 9.6 kilometers, donation of 12 vehicles to accredited stakeholders, and the event is taking place today at the LG Secretariat, the Local Government Secretariat, Town Planning Way in Lukpeju, Lagos. So if you don't want to be in that space, you should dodge because there might be traffic gathering. Moving on to the Punch, major headline. Shocking surge, electricity subsidy jumps 220% to 2 trillion. I can't believe we still have electricity subsidy.
Yes, we do.
In other news, the picture from the FEC as Tinubu immortalizes Buhari with UNIME, that's University of Maiduguri, renamed after him, and the FEC was full of glowing tributes. Ramato are taking that story already. Actually, did you take the part that the university was renamed?
I wanted to add it.
We'll get back. We'll get into it. Dangote halts field discount scheme amid fraud allegation. Ondo horror. Landlord accomplices nabbed over varsity student murder. Awujale Sto ruling house kicks off selection, insists on tradition. ADC kickstarts 2027 manifesto drive. NIMASA shuts 2 fuel loading terminals over security breach. Federal government by company resume talks on Lagos Airport mega project. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we continue with the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.